Shillary Clinton appeared at the Park Plaza Hotel in Boston attending a rally for Democratic gubernatorial candidate Martha Coakley on Friday, October 24th, 2014. The Shill commands $250,000 speaking engagements from supposedly cash-strapped colleges and universities, who are of course then forced to increase tuition to the tune of about 8% a year to make ends meet. Gee, I wonder why. According to the College Board, the average cost of tuition and fees for the 2013 through 2014 school year was $30,094 at private colleges, $8,893 for state residents at public colleges, and $22,203 for out-of-state residents attending public universities. The average cost of a 4-year college degree for private schools is over $120,000 and more than $35,000 for state and public colleges. Annual reports from the Institute for College Access and Success show 71% of 2012 graduates took out loans. Average student loan debt has risen to $29,400 for borrowers in the class of 2012, up from $20,450 for 2008 graduates, and $18,750 for 2004 graduates. So since 2004, it's been just about a 50% increase in student loan debt. You can obtain the information from these statistics. The sources are on the blog, I should say on the website, howardnema.com, and the blog, truthtalknews.blogspot.com. Shillary Clinton, the pathological liar and manipulator, who was fired from the Watergate Investigative Committee in the 1970s for lying and ethics violations, told the crowd gathered that they should not listen to anybody who says businesses create jobs. Clinton got some laughs from the dumbed-down sheeple in the audience, eliciting a huge bah, bah response. Has Shillary, or more likely her flock of sheeple, been to Colorado lately and smoking some really strong herb? I know, Bill didn't inhale, and he did not have sexual relations with that woman either. In fact, the Clintons have an incredibly shady, mafia-esque background. Before coming into the national political scene in 1992, Bill Clinton attended the 1991 Bilderberg meeting. Back in the day, you may recall that Shillary Clinton was fined $300,000 for attending Bilderberg in violation of the Logan Act. Shillary also fancied an MK Ultra sex slave named Kathy O'Brien while she was First Lady of Arkansas. In fact, Kathy O'Brien thought she would be servicing Bill the evening Shillary and Kathy had their tryst. Knowing what a hound dog Bill Clinton was, with Paula Jones, Jennifer Flowers, and Monica Lewinsky, you might think Clinton enjoyed participating in 3 ways. Perhaps, but not that night. No, that night Bill was entertained by some male companionship while Shillary bedded Kathy O'Brien. At the time, Bill Clinton and the Reagan administration were deep into CIA cocaine smuggling to help fund the Contras via CIA agent Barry Seal through Mena, Arkansas, when Clinton was governor. The cocaine operation at Mena abruptly ended when 2 teenagers witnessed one of the cocaine drops and were murdered. A grandiose government-controlled cover-up ensued. For more on this and other suppressed truths about the Clinton crime family, watch the Clinton Chronicles. A link to this can also be found on howardnema.com. Back to Shillary. So now, this commie bitch is giving speeches trying to get the American sheeple to believe that business doesn't create jobs, government creates jobs. How can you fall for such blatant bullshit? Has the Keynesian Rockefeller crew brainwashed you so much during your indoctrination at school that you can no longer rationally think? And the dumbed-down union workers, government tit-suckers, welfare kings and queens better wake up. For when all is taken from those who have and is given to those who do not have, all do not have, and that includes you. Now, just because you may like Hillary the Shill for whatever reason, you have in the process lost all common sense. Now, just because you may like Hillary the Shill for whatever reason, have you in the process lost all common sense? Of course businesses kill jobs. Taxes and big... Of course businesses create jobs. Taxes and big government kill jobs. In her speech, Clinton stated, "Don't let anybody tell you it's corporations and businesses that create jobs. You know that old theory, trickle-down economics, has been tried and failed. It has failed rather spectacularly." You mean like communism, Shill?
Don't let anybody tell you that, it's corporations and businesses that create jobs. You know, that old theory, trickle-down economics. That has been tried. That has failed. It has failed rather spectacularly.
Incredibly, Shillary is trying to get you to believe that businesses don't create jobs. Government creates jobs. Further, she stated that trickle-down economics doesn't work. No, it doesn't. What works is real free trade, laissez-faire, government taking their hands off business and allowing growth by reducing taxes and regulations. This is why our country thrived. But when collectivist forces are working to destroy our great nation, to create a United Nations-led totalitarian socialist state, we must reveal the obvious to those who do not know, weren't taught, or understand real American history. No more Big Brother. Government keeping out of our affairs and staying out of our businesses and our lives. Government's sole purpose is to protect the rights and property of we the people. Is that what America looks like today? Certainly not. Our rights are stripped. We are overtaxed and overregulated. This is, of course, by design. Because when business grows, more are employed. This is Economics 101. CFR minion Shillary Clinton is betting on the fact that you are too dumbed down to understand reality, too distracted by the mainstream media pop culture drivel to take the time to understand what is really going on. Americans are kept dumbed down, leading to lower wages and a lower standard of living, while professing to be working to increase wages and upward mobility through education. Let's not forget how the Democrat rally cry of equality and fairness is nothing less than a thinly veiled ruse for wealth distribution. While professing to be for the 99%, they are of the 1% and certainly never distribute their own wealth, only the wealth of the middle class. Republicans and Democrats keep talking about helping the middle class as they both work to destroy it, blaming each other for America's decline in the process. This is a historical fact. Since we have an equal amount of Democrat and Republican presidents since 1980, Carter was a Democrat, Reagan a Republican, Bush a Republican, Clinton a Democrat, Bush a Republican, and Obama a Democrat. Still, with all the rhetoric to the contrary, the anti-American globalization policies that have brought us to where we are today continue despite all the phony rhetoric and rallying cries for change and transformation. Indeed, America has changed and has been transformed. What we need is restoration, not change. It is time to restore our republic to prosperity by adhering to its founding principles, which allowed America to thrive like no other nation in history. By 1934, via the generosity of the Rockefeller and Carnegie New World Order tax-exempt foundations, the U.S. and global education indoctrination systems were fully infiltrated, slowly, incrementally, moving society away from individual liberty and the founding principles of our republic to the fairness of the socialist collective. Now, today, deeply indebted college students are paying for their own indoctrination with ever-rising tuition and education costs and are complicit in their own slavery, graduating with degrees in worthlessness and mountains of student loan debt. It is hard to pay a student loan working at McDonald's when you have a degree in worthlessness. Then there is this bogus minimum wage deception. Even if you do make $15 an hour, you are still in poverty. Are you trying to tell me that $30,000 a year lifts you out of poverty? Wake the fuck up. What is being done here is a distraction. Shillary is distracting us from the real reasons wages are so low. Jobs have been lost and are continuing to be lost overseas. Inflation is eased by dollar devaluation, but continues to rise. Wages are stagnant. Regulatory agencies are stifling growth, as are taxes and budget deficits. Our national debt is skyrocketing. We have trillions in unfunded liabilities and almost 18 trillion in national debt. The IMF recently stated that the bailouts did nothing to help the economy. Shocking, right? Not. No, the bailouts made matters much worse for Americans of all classes. But the bailouts sure helped the banksters to maintain control as they continue to rape and pillage the world. All of these issues and the many ills of society have severely taken their toll on the standard of living and have led to a continuous demoralization of American values as America is transformed. And in the process, we as a nation have been truly bankrupted. A great crash will once again soon come, far worse than 2008. There are too many pressures to avoid this, and this too is by design. We can all thank the fool, Woodrow Wilson, the Federal Reserve crime syndicate, and the OPEC oil deal struck by Kissinger in the 1970s for some of these lovely conditions we are enjoying today. Do you really think these criminals we call our leaders and their advisors are trying to change these things when their ilk created them? If so, you seriously need to go and immediately get your head examined. Change is an illusion. Nothing changes, only our nation's fast descent into the New World Order. Every year and after every election, the same things occur. Americans' rights are diminished, and our nation moves farther and farther away from freedom and the Constitution, and closer to fascism, tyranny, and oppression. Today, kids with master's degrees are living at home up in their 30s. Ask yourself, why is all this truth suppressed in the government-controlled media? Then Clinton, Shillary Clinton, this lying, conniving commie bitch, gets $250,000 a pop to spew her propaganda to students, furthering their Marxist indoctrination, while slamming capitalism, the free market, and how trickle-down economics has failed and failed miserably. Really. Shillary conveniently forgets to mention how Marxism and communism have not only failed, but failed miserably, and resulted in the deaths of over 100 million people in the last century. Are you so stupid to take the bait, buy the bullshit, eat the lies? I pray not. Let us not forget the massively increasing population of low-skilled illegal aliens and the welfare kings and queens sucking off the state tit. We had all better wake up, for our compassion for these souls will eventually make us just as needy. For when all is taken from those who have to be given to those who do not have, all do not have. And that is the ultimate goal. A two-class neo-feudalist society, lord and serf. This is what is happening here in America and around the world. Shills like the Clintons, the Bushes, and the Obamas have you bamboozled to think otherwise. They are destroying this country from the inside out, transforming it into a neo-feudal, totalitarian, socialist state right before our very eyes. Wake up, America. Restore the Constitution. Restore the Republic before it is too late. Marxist ideologues want your freedom. Wake up others and share the truth. Truth Talk News 24/7 on Truth Broadcast Network, Channel 6. Also subscribe and share howardnema.com. Thank you for watching Truth Talk News. Check out Truth Talk News at howardnema.com.